Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire Draft Champions with Rhapsody. Raps, how are you on this fine day?
Extremely well in yourself?
I'm doing great, dude. It's been 2 weeks since the last Draft Champs. We've had a bunch of other commitments and things like that that have popped up in the way. But you know what? We're back, and we're back with a crazy deck combination for you today. We have a new modded deck in the rotation. This is the Replay the Spire deck. Raps, how do you feel about Replay?
Extremely strongly positive.
I also feel extremely strongly positive about Replay the Spire. Very good mod, has a lot of cards and relics and events and all kinds of good stuff. So those cards are going to be slipped in with the Defect and the Silent.
Cannot wait to get into it because we did the Ironclad Marissa last time, so it's Defect, Silent, and the replay cards. Is it the replay cards specifically for the Ironclad, Silent, and the colorless replay cards, or is it the for the Silent and the Defect?
It is all of the replay cards are in there.
Okay, so is that possibly going to include Ironclad replay cards then?
It will possibly include Ironclad replay cards.
Ooh.
Which just add a little bit more spice, right?
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a pseudo-diverse.
Yeah, it's a little cumin on the eggs, if you catch my drift. All right.
So I do. Hey, cumin in particular, I know like this is the later part of the episode, but cumin in particular, I didn't know that cumin was a spice for ages. And so I was having pancakes at my partner's house at the time. And I went into the kitchen and I saw a container that had C at the first letter and the final letters were MIN. And I was like, cinnamon. And then I put it, now don't you say that MON are the last letters of cinnamon because yeah, I know. And I put it all over the top of the pancakes and then I ate half of a pancake in a single bite and I was like, I feel awful. What have I done to myself?
Yeah. I probably wouldn't recommend dumping a bunch of cinnamon on your pancakes, but you know, or cumin for that matter. But that's okay. How do you like the deck here, Raps?
Ooh, I am having a little bit of a quick look through and kind of reminding myself of the elements in.
There's a couple of honestly, there's not a lot of replay cards, but there's still some interesting heat here, and we're gonna see if we're gonna get lucky. That is a replay card that we cannot do. Okay, we are the Defect for this one, which I think makes significantly more sense with the deck that we have.
Yeah, it also makes a lot of difference to the actual builds that you're gonna want to utilize here.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I've already found mine.
I have a couple of things that I am interested in rocking today. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah,
I mean, event relic. Do you want to remove the event relic?
I probably, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, get rid of that one too. Okay.
Also, this only affects card selections which we can't make.
Yeah. Okay. Someday. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me at this point. Okay. What a fun experience it is every week when I draft the relics, huh? Okay. All right. Flip of the coin. You want heads or tails?
I'll take tails.
Okay. And that is flipping, not rolling. Okay, here we go. And it's heads this week. I finally get to pick. Okay, let's go. No, you know what? I think I'm gonna take first pick.
All right, go for it.
Okay, I'm taking after image.
Cool. So I get the next two then?
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm going for. I just have to figure out which two.
This is a very backwards from previous draft champs. We have all of the defense in the world and no damage.
It's very strange to be in this position.
Okay, I'm quite happy with you doing that. I'm going to take this.
Okay, let's take FIFO Q.
I'm going to take this.
I really like FIFO Q being in replay as well because it fixes one of the things that I think is actually a little bit of a problem with the Defect at the moment, which is there is very little access to orb slots in the Defect. There is one power, there is one shop relic, and then there is one boss relic and a potion.
Yeah, I agree with you completely.
Thank you, Defrag.
I did want Defrag, but that is okay. That's just because I love Defrag as a card.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good one.
It's good at being a card for sure.
Let's take a compile driver.
Okay, this is where things get a little bit dicier. Actually take Distraction.
Take Barrage.
Yeah, I really wanted to take Barrage from you.
I honestly thought you were going to take that over the Distraction. Like, I see what you're doing with your kind of like zero cost cycle build. It's interesting. I want to know how that's going to work out. I took a little bit of a look at that, but if there was a second claw, I probably would have tried to do that build too.
Yeah, I'm basically banking on seeing one in a shop, which is, you know, that ain't going to work, but that's okay.
Let's take Bullseye.
Let's... I'm actually going to take Limb from Limb.
Interesting. I did look at the whole board to try and find a way to utilize Limb from Limb, and I couldn't find vulnerability on there except for the relic.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Okay. This is a weird one, but I'm gonna take Skewer.
Kind of wanted that one too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take Finisher.
God, if you find some Shiv cards in shops, especially like there are some very serious Shiv synergies in the Slay the Spire that are be very good for you. Specifically Scrap Shanks.
Yeah. I'm glad that you have figured out my plan.
Yeah. On board, on top, above it. I'm gonna take the hologram.
That sucks. I did want that.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the Dagger Throw because I need some damage.
Rebound.
Auto Shield.
Crippling Cloud.
I'm gonna actually take the Dual Cast from you.
Crystal Conduit.
Give me... This is when they start to get bad. I'll take Survivor.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take Heat Sinks.
I'm gonna take a Defend.
Okay. I'll take a Defend.
Okay. I'll take Stack.
Draining Mist.
All right, I'll take the crap.
I have had a ridiculous run within Kaniora, but it's quite a setup to get there. Now you took the first, so I'll be taking the first here. Yeah. I am taking the Frozen Egg.
Okay. I'm taking Bag of Marbles. And now I gotta ask.
Yes.
When you took Frozen Egg.
Yep.
You applying that before you take the cards?
Yep.
Easy.
Good choice. I agree with that one there.
Perfect.
Now, here's the thing. Like, because there's no more relic choices for you, so I can kind of openly debate what I'm going to be taking here.
For sure.
If I take the Calipers, I am never taking damage. This deck will not take damage. We've got Glacier, we've got Defragment. We'll be fine. But also, I am lacking AoE damage for just hitting weenie enemies. I could see the Mercury Hourglass, especially considering how long we're going to take in fights with a defensive deck, being actually like a huge buff for us. So I think I'm going to have to take that, but I really wanted the Calipers.
I would have gone Calipers, but you know what? It's your deck, and you'll probably whoop me anyway. Aren't we? Are we like 2-2 now?
I think we might be.
Are you up 3-2? I don't remember, but it'll be a good run nonetheless. Are we gonna transition on over to the run, set this all up?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right, see you there. Okay, we back, and we have all of our cards and relics. We had a lot of issues getting the replay cards into the deck, but you know what? That's inside baseball. Who cares about that? You ready, Raps?
I am. I definitely am. It was almost like it was just building up suspense.
Sure, that's what we'll call it. All right, this will be interesting. Because immediately I killed the very first enemy because Limb from Limb activated with Bag of Marbles, and I had a good time. So my deck's ready. I'm so ready.
Well, I'm taking my time. I'm taking the scenic route through this game. I imagine that yours might be a lot faster than mine, exclusively due to the Limb from Limb.
could be, yeah. I mean, I think that the thing is, I didn't really even plan on my deck being a fast deck. I kind of intended on it being a little bit slower. I mean, I'm basically playing the claw game, but you're playing hella claw game without claws. Yeah.
Going all claw without claws. I like it.
Yeah. So I mean, look, it's gonna be an interesting deck as a whole. I'm excited to see where we go with it. Predictions right now. Where do you think you stand, knowing what the other players' deck is? Where are you sitting? You think you got this one?
I think that I can pull better score modifiers more easily because my deck is more defensive, so I'm going to be able to get things like perfecting fights and stuff like that. I think you're going to be able to complete fights more easily than I am. So both of us are going to be looking for ways to modify that to our benefit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the scaling damage that I need.
Okay.
So
I will say I'm scared just from the pure fact that I'm kind of relying on claws, and if I'm going for Highlander, I can't really do that.
But are you going for Highlander? You don't always have to go for Highlander, you know.
That's true, but I don't have a lot of other good ideas here. So it's kind of, I don't know, right? I don't know. But we'll see. I'm with it for now. I'm with it until I have no reason to, you know, I'm with it until I'm not with it, right?
I thought you were going to be saying something like, I'm with it until I have no reason to doubt it. And I'm like, that's a mixed metaphor there that has invalidated itself.
Yeah, that's whatever.
This defensive deck is also not defending very well.
That's not really great news for you. I can't deny.
It's a bad one. I'm really, really, really going to be looking for maybe even the first shop, just so that I can actually pick up some cards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to my first shop solely from a... Ooh, okay, let's do this. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm looking forward to my first shop solely from a... I just need, like, something... I need something else. Now, I think I actually just picked up that something else from the Elite.
Spicy.
So, when you get there, we'll see what you think about what is received from the Elite fight. But
was your first
the log of Olin? It was.
Okay, so I imagine that I'm going to get the same thing here then?
That is most likely going to be the case. I think it's definitely one that we're both going to be interested in on this beautiful run today. We'll see though.
Going to be interested in. That's weird because both of us have like quite different decks to one another.
We have very different decks, but I think that you might be intrigued solely from a score modifying perspective.
Okay.
I think I can imagine you've received the card or received the relic.
Yep.
And I feel like you're probably intrigued.
I mean, I have a Skewer and a Barrage in the deck.
Yeah. Hence the intrigue.
Is this our scaling damage in a defensive orb deck, though?
Yeah, it's a little dicey. It's a little dicey, but it could be okay. I mean, keep in mind, I'm sitting with Uncanny Aura in my deck.
That's true.
So I have
That's basically a curse that just doesn't give you the value of being a curse for Duvu.
Kinda, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Anyway, Raps, how was we missed last week's recording session and the week before. Which,
I know.
I mean, last week was a combination of our faults because I rescheduled it last second, and then it was earlier than the time slot, and then some sleep schedules got messed up, and then the previous week I had the Minecraft dungeon. So it's legit been straight up 2 weeks since we've talked. How have you been? How have the last 2 weeks gone? What have you been doing? And tell me, I need all the details.
I'm gonna have to start out by saying it's very gracious of you to accept part of the fault for that, because it was literally all me, baby.
I mean,
it's entirely my fault. I specifically, I knew that I had that the day after. I just didn't set my alarm correct that night. I was like, oh, this is when my alarm should be. and did not actually set it to wake up early enough. So I woke up to your message of, oh, so are we ready to go for the stream? And then I woke up to the second message immediately thereafter of, hey, so I guess not.
You know what? That is totally okay. To be fair, this past like friggin' year has been chaos.
Yep.
So when you didn't reply, there was a part of me that was kind of like, you know what? I think I'm okay with it. I think we'll be okay if we miss this recording session today. So it was really not a problem at all. But you know what? We're here now, and we're ready to friggin'. I'm ready to beat you in Slay the Spire, which is, I mean, that's all I'm really here for anymore, anyways. To just beat you in Slay the Spire. So I'm happy.
I appreciate that you bring me along on this journey. It's much appreciated. You could do this without me.
I did not think. That is true. But I did not think ever that I was going to see a day in which I could beat you in this game. Never did I think it would happen. And now we're 2-2.
Believe it. It's entirely possible. It happens from time to time.
I know. It's insane.
I think you're going to be very interested in the first shop that you see.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I did not see a shop on the first floor, so I'll have to see that on the next floor.
Well, I hope that it offers you the same cards then, because there's one in particular here that I think is going to be pretty good for your deck.
Okay. Well, riddle me intrigued. This sucks.
Love the mixed idiom there. But to digress to the thing that you were actually asking about before, last couple weeks, yeah, they've been very, very big weeks for me. I've been very busy constantly, to the point of kind of breaking down from overwhelming stress on one of these days. It's okay.
That's life, right?
It's fine. It just happens from time to time, you know? I had the conversation with Peak yesterday where it was like, I need to figure out a schedule where I don't figure out it's time to take a break because I have a breakdown. I need to figure out a schedule where I take breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I ran into even this past, I mean, it was sometime last week. I ran into where I just woke up the one day and I looked at my screen and I went, I've got like 6 videos that I had scheduled to be on my recording schedule for the day. And I just looked at them and I went, you know what? I'm not doing any of them today. And I just took a complete day off. It's the first time that I had taken a day off of recording under my own, like, you know, under my own power to do it, not because I was forced because I had, you know, schoolwork or something like that. It was just the first time that I had all the time in the world and I just went, you know what? I just don't want to do this today. And it was great. I mean, it was really good. And I came out of it feeling real good. And now I'm back to doing whatever. But
I feel like we're like back in like the Henry Ford time. Right, as like people, I mean, doing the full time.
The U.S. is also quite literally in the Henry Ford time.
So. Very true. But in particular, in terms of like workers stuff, like not necessarily workers' rights, because we are working for ourselves in this.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people in our industry are at this point going, gosh, it'd be good if there was such a concept as a weekend. It's a shame that's not a thing that exists, and then we just go back to doing.
Yeah. No, that is very true. And like, you know, incredibly awful in every way, shape, and form. But hey, that's life, right?
I don't mean to complain too loudly. It's just like I really need to learn my own limits better on that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I think, let's be fair, I think we all need to learn limits. I'm not sure if that's the right word to say, but we all need to learn a little bit just in general about how to better ourselves in handling workload right now, because it's been a bit of a long year. just in general.
Yeah,
a long year.
The last what, 6 months? Yeah, the last 6 months have been the longest decade of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the common catchphrase.
Yeah. Ah, crap, dude. Where are you at on the first floor?
I'm at the first boss. I am gonna tell you, I am at risk of dying right now.
I also am at risk of dying, so don't feel too bad.
Okay, good.
I was getting upset that I was not flawlessing this, but yeah, I don't know why my brain was like, yeah, Lagavulin is who we should throw into this thing when you have 0 damage whatsoever on your run. And he is straight up whooping my butt right now. So yeah.
Oh god, I forgot how the storyteller can be very, very mean.
Yeah.
Storyteller, please.
Yeah.
I think I have enough frost orbs up that I could actually just sit here now, but the first couple turns were really, really woo. You know?
I'm just glad you took damage because now I'm
well, I didn't say I took damage. I said I'm close to dying.
Oh, what? You didn't take damage to this friggin' fight?
No.
That sucks.
I came in with 11 health, so I was close to dying the entire time, but no, I've taken it out.
How did you come in with 11 health?
I went to other elites.
So I did 1 other, 2 other, I don't remember. I don't know. It's bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. What the hell, game? Just sneckoed myself and then rolled like all 2s and 3s. Very fun.
Yeah, it's a harsh one. That's something that I find is really, really rough about the Snecko is anytime that I'm like trying to convince people that Snecko is a good thing, because it is. It's really good. It's extremely powerful. Draw 2 means a lot. Anytime I try and do that, as soon as I take it, the first turn, the fight thereafter, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then possibly I even die to it, and then the point I was making is still true. I just got screwed that one time.
Yeah, I feel you. I almost died to Fable Spinner. I had to choose an option that had her not kill me. So it was dicey for sure.
Definitely seems like it might have been a little bit. I'm very very glad to hear that you survived.
Yeah. Oh boy. And then we get 2 replay relics and Slaver's Collar. Jesus.
I could happily go for a Slaver's Collar right now. Fight the
Are you not out of the fight yet?
Gremlins. No, yeah, my deck is very, very slow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what you do. I know what I'm doing. I think it's probably a terrible idea, but we'll mess with it. I think I also, dude, that's like, wait a minute. Busted Crown.
Yeah. What about Busted Crown?
Change Busted Crown?
They didn't. I believe that the no card reward mod might have been a little bit of a shift to it, though.
Gosh darn it. Well, screw it. I'm gonna take it anyway. Okay.
Alright.
This is just all messed up. It's all bad, dude. It's all bad. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh my god, there's so many friggin' relics.
There are a fair few unique elements in Replay the Spire, and a lot of the Replay the Spire cards and relics are kind of like not complicated, but they are like specific capstones for certain builds. So I can imagine that there is going to be a comparable level of brain interaction to possibly a Marissa run here of, oh god, there's all these cards. Which do I play? What do I do? Kind of situation.
Yeah.
Slowed will do fine.
There's definitely, I just got a lot of interesting crap here. But good stuff. Like, I'm happy about it, but there's some whack stuff going on this one.
Hey Alexa, it's incredibly rude of me to have not already asked, but how's your last 2 weeks?
Oh, you know, they were okay. Like I said, besides the couple of days of just I don't want to ever do anything anymore. Besides that, it was fine, right? It's never like, I don't want to say like, you know, I never want to say things are bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these past 2 weeks, it's kind of been like, you know, I would prefer if things got better,
Yeah.
right? Like, it'd be cool if, you know, here and there, life wasn't horrible, but that's life, right?
That's what
So
all the
be
people
it.
say. I honestly, yeah, I feel like that is kind of most people's experience at the moment.
Yeah, this year is just not good.
That's not me trivializing it by saying, you know, like, yeah, whatever, everyone has it. It's more like,
No, it's
because
just,
I feel more comfortable in certain situations where, like, especially when I feel negative, when I know that other people are in the same boat, and it's not because I want other people to be suffering. It's just because I don't want this to be something that I am uniquely going through. I want it to be like part of the human experience that everyone can understand. That
No, I'm with you.
That kind of thing.
I completely understand that, and I agree wholeheartedly with that sentiment here.
I got ectoplasm and busted crown from my my grab bag, so I get no more money, and I'm not buying anything from shops. I'm done. Deck's done. Let's go.
That's actually really interesting because that means that we actually got the same stuff from that, and I chose against doing busted crown or against doing ectoplasm because I know that this deck needed more from shops.
Yep.
And I needed the money, and I have a couple of other things that are money bound right now. So I'm interested to see how that goes with your deck. You know, basically you're calling it a day on this one.
I will say it immediately went badly because then I took the 2 non-energy relics. I got Inserter, great. I got Calling Bell, which gave me Smiling Mask and the Courier.
Yeah. Oh, you got you got Courier from that. I did not. So I got Smiling Mask, I got Horn Cleat, and I got Ice Cream. So energy is literally not an issue for me anymore. But that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So we deviated just a tiny amount.
An extremely small, but I have to say a pretty significant amount.
Yeah.
Because that's I can no longer use shops, and I don't care about using shops. And here's 2 shop relics.
Yeah, I mean that sucks, but
oh well.
That's life is sometimes life do be like that, right?
Oh, that's life. That's what all the people say. You run high in April and shut down in May.
Sometimes it do really be.
Mm-hmm. They really don't think it be like it, but
sometimes it do be though.
It do.
Sometimes it do be.
Very clear and well made. Concise point.
Yeah. I would ask. Normally I do the. Well, that is quite interesting. Just got Prayer Wheel completely for free.
Ooh, neat.
Gonna be very little help on this run, but hey, that's beside the point. Normally I ask, you know, what got any fun games that you've played in the past couple weeks, but I mean, you know what? I can still ask it. Got any fun games that you played in the past couple of weeks that are not Monster Train? The fact that you have to think about it is just telling of the situation, huh?
Okay, hang on. I'm going to talk about the thing that I really want to talk about here, and that is Fallout New Vegas. I have started to do a modded Fallout New Vegas run for the Twitch channel to celebrate hitting partnership, because I couldn't celebrate partnership at the time. I was busy on my Monster Train grind, but I'm finally getting back to doing that, and just playing it again, you know, older than I last played it, because I played it, you know, I want to say about 5 times through back when it came out, and then I tried to go through again with mods a couple different times, but I would always get, you know, halfway through the game, or possibly even all the way up to the strip, but then I'd be like, okay, I need to move on to another game at this point, or something like that. But this is my final time of actually, like, getting to re-engage with it as, like, a full adult, as someone who can wrestle with the kind of, like, political, philosophical, ethical, and moral decisions that the game proposes to you in a much more complex and interesting kind of way. And it's such a good experience. It has been such a damn good time. Even despite the fact that it was one of my favorite games of all time, I feel like I had previously been underrating it. So yes, Fallout New Vegas.
I mean, that's great. Yeah, I can't think of anything better than hearing that. To be honest with you, I do have one thing that I'm gonna say that's gonna make you like maybe cry and not happy.
You hate Fallout New Vegas.
I've never played a Fallout game.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be mad with you for not playing a Fallout game. That's okay. I've never played a.
Never played The Binding of Isaac.
Never played a Binding of Isaac. Exactly. It's uninstalled on my PC. You can go check. No, because I did think about that, and then I was like, wait a second. Not only have I played The Binding of Isaac, but I also don't want to give the impression rather that I assume that that's all that you play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is the most successful series on my channel. In case you didn't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Surprisingly enough.
Good point, well made.
I would have never known, to be honest, but thank God that people let me know. I don't know what I'd do without random YouTube commenters.
What was there any kind of like franchise of games that you grew up with, like your Final Fantasy, your Spyro, your Crash, your etc. One that means a lot to you?
I was a Kingdom Hearts kid.
Okay. That's actually a really, really good point. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts in my entire life. Although Kingdom Hearts people don't tend to be mad that you haven't played Kingdom Hearts. They're like, more Kingdom Hearts for me.
Well, I'm going to go the exact opposite, actually, with that one. And I'm going to say it's probably for the better that you have. Because, like, look, Kingdom Hearts, it's fine, right? It's fine. It's an okay game. But in the end, let me hit you with the hottest take of the century. Kingdom Hearts is actually horrible. Like, it's not good at all. So we can pretend that it's good if you want to, so that we can please the Kingdom Hearts fandom. But I'm going to tell you, you are not missing anything by not playing Kingdom Hearts. The issue with Kingdom Hearts is it is a really, really good story if you decide to peel back the like 18 layers of weird whack job story that the game has in order to find the story in the game. And once you do that, maybe then you can find an appreciation for the story in Kingdom Hearts. But otherwise, it's horrendous gameplay 95% of the time. So there's like no reason to actually play it.
What actually is the gameplay of it? It's weird, but I don't know.
Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts is basically Final Fantasy called up Disney and went, we'll give you a bunch of money if you let us put Disney characters into an RPG. And Disney went, okay, sounds good. We'll make money from that. Which, you know, relatively standard Disney thing to do. And they went and ran with it. And so basically the storyline is there's a big group of scary ass people. Those scary ass people try to do something. Okay. That something ends up where sometimes things go wrong. I'm telling you, I would really like to explain it in a way that makes more sense, but it really ends up being where I don't even really know what the storyline of Kingdom Hearts is. But then there's a dude on an island, and then he's in love with some girl, but they're also like 12 to be perfectly blunt. So he's not actually in love with that girl. And then throughout the series, they get older, and like I think he realizes that he's not in love with that girl. He might be gay because he's kind of in love with the guy too. It's all, the entire thing is just it's a true acid trip of a series. I'll tell you that. Okay. But it's just I got nothing. It's a very confusing. If you can play it and comprehend anything going on in Kingdom Hearts, best to you. I have not been able to I just replayed it again like 2 or 3 years ago, and I still have no idea what it's about. So,
okay, I need to ask for clarification on a couple points.
It was a lot to take in. I know
it was a lot to take in. So the first point of clarification, actually, this is more of a statement. Is what?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. You nailed it.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Yeah. The second is that sounds really, really labored. It I've seen like little bits and pieces of different parts of the game, of the specifically the story arcs for the game. And all of them kind of seem like this is just gonna annoy the community as well. They kind of seem like, let's make something that would be like an interesting kind of scene in an RPG. We'll explain it later. And then not necessarily going back to explain it later.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds about right. There's also just a lot of things where you just kind of look at the game and you're like, I mean, to quote you a few seconds ago, you look at it and you just go, what?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like, you know, you're doing your own thing. And then all of a sudden, you know, Jiminy Cricket's there and he's like, watch out. And then you turn around and it's like a flesh-eating monster. And you're like, well, how did that get there exactly?
That's the thing I'm talking about. Like, I walked in on my old housemate playing some of the most recent one. And it was...
I've not played the most recent one, so I can't speak on how canon that one is, but I've heard it's horrendous. So for what it's
for anyone that is worried about possible spoilers, I don't know what point this part of the game is. I also don't know how much it features. I don't know what impact it has. But they were in the world with Elsa, and Elsa just did the plot of Frozen again. It was just Frozen again, and they did Frozen again. And then at the end of that, they looked up on a hill, and there was the enemy of Goofy, I think, standing next to Maleficent. And they just said an aside. The enemy of Goofy, the anti-Goofy. And they just said some sneering aside and then disappeared. And I watched a lot of the rest of him playing that game. I didn't see him again. What?
Yeah.
Like, it seems
honestly,
like they wanted that.
Everything you said sounded right, yeah.
It seems like they just wanted that moment of, okay, and now, like, would be a good point for a villain to pop up and say something, but they didn't figure out anything that they wanted to do with it.
Yeah. No, you have the majority of it. I am 12 HP away from flawlessing the second boss, and I hate it.
You're on the second boss?
Yeah.
I haven't reached halfway on the second floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna be done in like very soon. My deck's actually very good. It's just my score is gonna be ass. So. Oh wow, dude, there's a replay relic that is. It's whack.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible. It's so horrible, and I'm so 100% taking it. Oh my god.
I don't know which you're referring to, but I hope to find out soon.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. yeah. Okay. Of course.
But it goes. I would really like even more energy.
Oh, you see that? I can give you some if you need.
Oh, please.
Because my deck is nearly, I would say it's close to 50% zero cost cards, and then I have 2 energy relics and ice cream. So
yeah, I was thinking about that when I figured out that you must have taken grab bag, because I was like,
oh yeah,
2 energy boss relics? Why?
Yeah, it do be like that.
I do sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay. That's me at the majority of times as well.
Nice.
I feel like I'm a reasonably convincing simulation of a human being.
This is I don't even know. Sure. That's a weird run, dude.
I'll have to take your word for it when I get to the boss.
Yeah, I don't know. My score is gonna be that's the problem. I don't even know what my score is gonna be. Because I could just straight up die on this floor still, I think. I now have enough curses in my deck that Limb from Limb does more than 32 unblocked damage without any vulnerability. So
that's not half bad.
yeah. I didn't really expect that on this run, to be blunt. Didn't really plan for that one, but when in doubt, it works. Whew. I would love, Raps, I really would love I would love to see you play Kingdom Hearts. I think you could actually really get into it.
So
Honestly.
you said, like, effectively, this game is absolutely impenetrable. It's not good and not fun. But I'd love to see you play it. Just subject yourself to this.
No, I would love to see you play it. Solely because the way that you do commentary and voiceovers in games, I just want to see you do random Disney character voices.
I'd be kind of keen on doing that.
I think it'd be an absolute blast to watch. I spam Rhapsody's comment section with play Kingdom Hearts if you want him to play Kingdom Hearts.
You know, I could just play other games with voice acting in. Why does it have to be Kingdom Hearts?
Well, because, you know, it's Kingdom Hearts. There's a whole fandom waiting for you to play it, so.
Yeah, but I don't know if that fandom's going to want to watch me after the thing that I said earlier in the episode.
Yeah, you know.
I think I've burnt that bridge.
I doubt it. If there's one thing I've learned about the Kingdom Hearts community, it's that they're see, that's the thing. I think the Kingdom Hearts community is actually totally okay with people trashing the Kingdom Hearts community.
Yeah, that actually does seem to track. Like, I've seen that kind of.
Because I think we all just realize it's bad. But we all grew up with it, so it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's bad, but it's my bad, right?
Yeah, is it the kind of like, this is my friend, I get to make fun of them, you don't?
Exactly.
Or do they, like, are they fine with people on the outside of the community saying it's bad as well?
They're probably fine with people on the outside saying it as well. But
okay. I mean, you gotta appreciate that.
It is what it is. Yeah. Uncanny Aura has become a very strangely good card in this deck, and I just hate it, to be honest.
God, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, if you're going to be taking a bunch of curses, then Uncanny Aura is incredible.
Yeah. Surprisingly much better than I originally gave it credit for.
You're finding a lot more curses than I have, though. I found one, and it was from the Calling Bell.
Yeah, so I'm going to reassure you, after that second boss, you're not going to have any issues getting yourself some curses.
Oh.
So if that's the direction you want to go, have a blast.
I still don't think it is, though. But my Barrage is the only thing in my deck that deals damage, so yeah, I might not have a choice.
I mean, I will say, I'm not sure it was actually worth it for me to do what I did. But
and you're running a bunch of zero-cost attacks, right?
Yes.
So you saying that is like, ugh, big warning for me.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's working, but I don't know. I still think you have me purely on score right now. That's my issue.
It's possible. I've perfected a few elites. I perfected the first floor boss. I still am not at the second floor boss. This is going to take much, much longer than I was expecting.
I also just realized something. Claw Rake doesn't add a claw to my deck, so I can freely add a claw to my deck with no issues.
Yeah.
That's spicy.
Okay. Bullseye. It's weird to also be playing not only just with the Slay the Spire cards, but also with the Defect and the Silent, because the Defect is... The Defect does require a bit of brain. Just a little bit. Some brain.
Tiny bit, yeah.
Especially if you're going for like an orb build, so...
Yeah.
This is a lot easier to do with the commentary, especially when we're playing like Ironclad, and it's just like throw the biggest attack at the enemy, and then sometimes defend.
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay. Oh, did you take less map information, by the way?
I did not, no. I went with less map information. Instead of that, that's the ectoplasm that I picked up.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. I decided to go less map information because it still shows the elites on the map. Fun fact.
Oh, neat.
So I'm basically just rolling blind through this entire thing, but it's, I don't know, it's working, so I can't really hate on it. I just did 250 damage on my first turn to the Rhapsodic Hoarder, so.
Excuse me? You hit the Rhapsodic Hoarder? I'm
did.
afraid when you get to the Rhapsodic Hoarder, you have to concede. That's how it works.
I
would have done it if we found the... Oh god, what's your one called again?
The
Moss?
yeah, I don't remember, and that's not good. crap. I think it's like blue mage.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I love a Replay the Spire, dude.
It's so good.
What a great mod. It's not because there's a reference to me in it. That's not the reason.
Well, I mean, there's a reference to you in it because you were playing it because you felt it was a great mod, right? It's the other way around.
That is also true. Yeah. It's wrapped around.
Oh,
it's a great mod.
Oh, did you? So it's not even in the boss fight. You just you went to a shop and just right-clicked.
No.
No?
Did you not get Ancient Bell as an option?
No, I haven't seen that. I saw Wax Seal, which is relics in shops cost 20% less. Right-click on the shop to activate and gain a curse in your deck.
Yeah. Well, I did that too. But I also got Ancient Bell, which is choose 3 relics and choose 3 curses.
So are you not just going to a shop and then adding infinite curses to your deck and killing every enemy with your first attack?
No, I'm not, actually.
Why?
Because I'm going for Highlander.
Oh,
and
God.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is so cool.
It is cool, but I also... Yeah. And then, like, I also have Gambling Chip, so I suppose I could also just, like, Gambling Chip away all the curses. But...
All you have to do is find literally one attack, and you have lethal.
Yeah, I know. But, like, I'm going for the win.
Okay,
I'm also debating taking Omamori right now because I already have my 5 curses.
Go for it.
I don't want to dupe, so I'm gonna take it. It's spicy, dude. I also every single card in my deck is upgraded.
Yeah, I'm working my way there. When you add few cards to the deck, and also there were like a lot of upgrades over the course of the paths that both of us have taken, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll happen. That'll happen.
It's been a spicy run. Way better than I expected this run to be, for sure. Yeah, I'm killing elites on the first bit of combat.
35.
We said that Dreamcatcher's fair game, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, just no card rewards after normal fights.
Yeah. Well, it's spicy.
I basically in the first 2 turns, if I don't pull a Glacier, then I take damage in that fight. I've been very lucky to pull Glaciers at the right time in the right fights. Like, I'm perfectly blocking against the Bronze Automaton so far, which, like, just over one edge, I would lose 100 points if I couldn't perfectly block. So
yeah,
it's very, very rough.
I am really banking on you not flawlessing that boss, because otherwise I think I'm in really bad shape.
The Bronze Automaton in particular?
Yeah, just because... Oh, wait, no, you've moved... for some reason, I thought you were on the last floor boss.
No.
But did you flawless second floor?
I am currently fighting it. It looks like I am going to, yes.
That's not good. That's not good for me. I really, really needed you to fail on him, because that means that I don't have... Because you have 2 bosses flawless now.
Yep. On pickup, choose 3 relics and 3 curses to obtain. All choices are out of 3 options can be skipped.
Okay. Yeah. There's that.
I do it, right? Do I...
I think you do it.
Yeah, because if I pick up 1 more curse next floor, then I actually get the curses modifier, which is an extra 100, and you're going to get that, which means that I have to try for it.
Yeah. No, I'm actually, like, pretty damn positive that you have me now. Like, I haven't been able to do enough. Like, I don't have enough other things right now. So...
One of my favorite relics in Replay the Spire just showed up. Whenever a card is created in combat, it's upgraded. Quantum Egg should be in the base game. It just should be.
No, I also snagged that.
It's just I can't take it right now because it does nothing for my deck, but it's so good. All right. These relics are actually kind of not necessarily great for me.
Oh, Jesus lordy.
Unplayable.
I just took a ton of damage to the damn Hexaghost, dude. I'm mad. And by a ton, I mean 12, but that was the first bit of damage I took on this floor, so.
Was that on the second turn?
What do you mean?
Like, was it the Hexaghost's turn 2, the giant attack it does on turn 2?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll get to that choice, the do you want to fight a boss from Act 1? And I'll just look at my max HP and I'm like, you know what? No, because it's still dangerous for me right now.
Yeah. It's just I was in a situation, I was full health, so the full heal for a curse was like, why? I had all my cards are upgraded, so it was like, okay, why? So I might as well go for the rare relic, and then it boned me. So very fun.
That'll happen to you from time to time.
Yep. And now I'm on the time eater, and it's a pain in the ass.
See, I've got 2 glaciers in the deck. I think I'm gonna go to a shop and I'm gonna get infinite curses and then blow up the enemy with a Duvu doll. Is there anything that'll stop me from doing that? Because otherwise,
not.
like Duvu and Wax Seal, but I know Wax Seal's been in the game for ages, so that
does Wax Seal work with ectoplasm?
Borrow 100 gold. Well, no, it won't. But the thing is, I don't care about the gold. I care about the curses.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. It might. I mean, you very well might have a. You might rock the god tier synergy that I decided not to rock. We'll see.
I've got to do it at least once, so because that's the 5th curse in the deck. So that'll give me the information as to whether or not I can do it more times, rather than actually having to risk anything, thankfully.
Yeah. I'm so mad. I got the time meter down to 14 health before he switched to his new phase.
That always hurts.
That sucks a lot. And now he's doing a disturbing amount.
Ooh, Apotheosis. Upgrade the 2 cards in my deck that are no longer upgraded. Oops.
Yeah, you got me. Because I took damage on this fight now. So you're going to have way more flawlesses than me. I might friggin' die. Because now I'm just playing dumb.
That might happen to me over the course of the floor, because my combat against these normal enemies, like shapes and stuff, is actually not great. I am all set up, no execution.
I mean, I have a ridiculously good score for my standards. But I think you got me. I am done with my floor 3 now.
Okay. I am still at the bottom of mine.
Take your time, my friend. Take your time.
Much appreciated.
I can sit here and look up lore of Kingdom Hearts while we wait.
Yeah. So what's a Xehanort?
Oh, that is. Ooh, he was. See, here's the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
With Kingdom Hearts, there's a thing called the Heartless, and the Heartless is like the bad version of the good people. So there's like a bad agency, and they are darkness, but then there's also like heartless versions of them, which I don't know what the difference is. And then there's Sora, but then he has a heartless version called Roxas.
Oh,
Sora he's the main dude. He's the guy with the spiky brown hair, very anime.
Got it.
The one that walks around with Donald and Goofy a lot. Yeah. So there's him. He's Sora, but then he has a heartless version named Roxas. And the second game, Kingdom Hearts 2, starts with you playing as Roxas. And you're like, who the hell is this guy? And then they're like, plot twist, he's Sora. Except not really. Except he kind of is, except you don't know why. And they never explain it.
Okay, cool. That just seems like another element of, yeah, they just say things, this is a cool twist, and then don't explain it.
Yeah. 100%. The people that made Kingdom Hearts sat in a room and they just wrote a bunch of plot points on dice, and then they rolled them, and whatever they rolled is the scene they put in that section, and then they moved to the next and they rolled again, because there's no rhyme or reason to when anything occurs in the game. It really is. It's an anime nightmare is the best way to describe Kingdom Hearts.
I like that as a descriptor. Anime nightmare. I'm into it.
Yeah. which you'd think a lot more people would be into. Like if they just advertised the game as Kingdom Hearts, the Disney anime nightmare, I think it would have an even bigger fandom.
Yeah, very few companies are willing to embrace, like, our product is trash. Please buy it. And more of them should.
I mean, I never said that. I mean, I did quite literally say Kingdom Hearts was trash earlier, but I never said that they should advertise it as trash. I just said they should advertise it as anime trash, which is different.
Okay, sorry. You're right. I misunderstood. Yeah, you had an extra word in there that I deleted.
Yeah. Changing something from being trash to anime trash is like changing... It's like breakfast or dinner, you know? It has a different vibe to it when you eat breakfast for dinner instead of breakfast for breakfast.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The way that I would explore it is to say that saying anime trash has a aesthetic to it.
Well, eating breakfast for dinner has an aesthetic too.
Yeah, exactly. You're a dad and you got recently divorced.
How? Don't hate on breakfast for dinner.
I'm not. I like breakfast for dinner.
You're better.
I am often a divorced dad.
Oh. We know. Raps. We know.
I was talking to Peak recently actually about that kind of thing, and it feels like I am a dad that just got born as a young kid and I'm aging into myself, like, because I make more sense with time. I didn't make sense as a kid. I was one of those kids that, like, people were like, oh, you're an old soul, which is just adults calling kids dickheads effectively, just like ah, yes, he's an old soul, that one. Yeah. Oh, watch out for him when he's older. Yeah. No, I get that. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, for the most part, anybody that ends up doing YouTube commentary as a career probably had issues as a child. And that, you know, I speak from the heart as a content creator, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been doing in my videos recently. I've been doing questions of the day, where it's How's
basically
that been working
just
out for you?
I mean, it's fine, right? You know, the other day I went into the questions tab on my Discord, and the question for the day was, you know, if you were a furry, what would your persona be? And I was like, you know what?
I need to know now.
Probably gonna move on to the next question. To be fair.
I'm sorry, but I need to know now.
I don't know, probably like a beaver or something.
Why a beaver?
I don't know. I like beavers.
Okay, is it just as simple as that?
Yeah.
Do you feel anything? Do you feel akin to a beaver in any way? Do beavers have any traits that you admire?
I think they got big teeth.
You admire big teeth?
Yeah, it allows you to eat more.
All right, fair enough. See, there we go. You said no. Well, actually, I mean, those big teeth, though.
Now you got me coming around on this.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'll commission it.
Yeah, please do not.
There have been people in my community who've threatened to commission furry things of me before, and my response is always, please do not do this.
Yeah. No, I felt the same way. But anyway, I got a question that was all about how you broke it to your parents what you do. And it was a weird one, because it's like, you know, my parents are very supportive of what I do, but they also don't understand it most of the time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, that's cool, but like, you're making money doing this? It's like, yeah, believe it or not.
I mean, that's actually an interesting thing to hear you say in particular, because that's how I had to justify it as well. It was like, here's all the things that I'm doing. Okay. Oh, and also it's making money. Wait, hang on, how much? It's like, oh, I wish I could just, like, you know. Although, you know, it is dealing with media that they're not necessarily familiar with in ways they're not necessarily familiar. So, it's hard to
true. Yeah.
assume. Yeah.
And it's always, you know, for a while, and it's not even, I'm not even gonna do it to my family. I'm gonna do it to IRL friends, because, like, you know, growing up, not everybody was a gamer, right? You know, there were the jocks in the crowd. There were I had some good friends that, you know, they never understood, why do you play video games?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why not instead just like watch TV? And I was like, I don't know, because playing video games is way more fun than sitting on my ass watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they're like, oh well, you know, I'd rather watch a football game or a soccer game or whatever I don't know what you call it in Australia. It's all the same. I'd rather do that than watch somebody playing a game on YouTube or Twitch. And it's like, what is the difference?
Would you rather act in a film? Would you rather act in a film or watch a film?
Exactly.
There's a performative element to it, sure. Yeah. But there's also an interactive entertainment element to it. I've heard that argument a bunch of times.
People also are in, you know, they don't fully understand why anybody would ever watch a game, like somebody playing a game. But they don't understand that, like, you know, at least the way that you and I do content, half the time it's not about the game. Yeah. Like, it's about the person. It's about the commentary. It's about the storytelling. It's about the immersive experience that you put them through. And I feel like that's something that when you're explaining, you know, when somebody goes, oh, what do you do for a living? That's a part of it that it's difficult to explain that aspect of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely agreed.
Yeah. Anyway, Raps, how's your run?
It's going pretty well. I'm in the second to last, fourth to last space. This is probably my last big fight.
Very exciting.
I'm doing okay. I didn't end up going to a shop, so I didn't end up picking up all the curses that I wanted to.
Unfortunate.
I figured I was going to find one along all the question marks, and I wanted to go down the question marks because I have mystery machines, so I'm getting a bunch of dex and strength just for going to question marks.
Yeah.
It's
I also did have that.
Yeah, mystery machine was great in this run for me.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, so I'm going to warn you, this is the highest score I've ever gotten in Draft Champs.
I am now scared.
Yeah. So, and you know some of the scores that we've had.
Yeah, my timbers are shivering.
Yeah. I don't know how I even, like, I don't know what I
Have you got the score modifiers in front of you?
I do.
And
I'm still trying to figure out how I got them, but...
Mind giving me a sneaky little preview of what you got there?
So, I mean, I've got Highlander, I've got I Like Shiny, I've got Pauper, I've got Curses.
You went Pauper? Oh, I went Pauper! I didn't even notice I went Pauper. Whoops.
That's a problem for me. I still think you got me. Like, hands down got me. But
we'll see, because, like, I did not go Highlander. I did go Curses. It's really just going to come down to the...
Your flawless bosses are going to give you more than the 100 for Highlander.
Possibly. I also did pick up, you know the plunge your hands into fire in order to get rings?
Sure, yeah. I don't think I got that, though.
Right. It was on along a question mark line, so I got the Ring of Misfortune, which is at the start of combat, add a random curse into your discard pile. Each time you draw a curse, gain an energy and 3 temporary HP. Each time you draw a status, gain 3 block. So I'm getting ridiculous energy out of that.
For me. Yeah, that would have been insane for me. That said, I was ending most of my turns at 11 energy. So not really too big of an issue with the energy front, but the temp HP, I probably would have flawlessed. I definitely would have flawlessed the second boss. Probably could have flawlessed I could have flawlessed the third anyway, but I was dumb, which is problematic. But you flawlessed all of them so far, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you got me, and that it sucks because like you're gonna have a massive score, like freakishly large.
We shall see.
We will.
I've held on to a elixir for exhausting all status and curse cards, but I don't even know if I want to use it.
I ended up throwing mine away. I didn't even bother using it.
But it might be so good.
I mean, the way that you're getting energy from your curses, I don't think you have a reason to.
Yeah, but also it's denying so much of my draw. Like,
That's true.
I'm missing
See,
out on a hell of a lot.
I had surprisingly a discard meta in my deck.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to actually just eat the curses when I got them. So they very rarely did they affect me, and the one that did affect me, it was a positive effect because Splinters is a really good curse. 2 damage for a draw is really good when you have block.
Well, I mean, but it only draws to replace itself. If you didn't have it.
Yeah, but like it becomes nothing then. Like it's nothing. So I'm chill with it. It's a great curse to have if you need a curse in your deck.
Right, yeah. It's a preferable curse. Yeah, I'll go with that as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, I lined up Time Eater wrong. Now I have only 1 attack that gets played this turn. Rude.
Best of luck. Best of luck.
I mean, I do generate 42 block at the end of my turn if I do nothing.
That's disgusting.
It's pretty disgusting. Yeah, I feel pretty bad about it.
It's very interesting because you ran a like true defect deck, and I ran about as far from a defect deck as you could run.
Yeah,
because I would dual cast my lightning orb and then never got another one in. Like I just had no orbs the entire run.
That's what you get for taking my dual cast.
Yeah, I mean I took it. Basically, the only reason I took it was to upgrade it to a 0 cost, and then it was another 0 cost card to run with After Image, which I ended up removing in my final shot so I could get Plopper.
Oh, well,
it was fun.
Huh, I thought you'd taken it because you wanted to deny it from me.
After Image or dual cast?
Dual cast.
I mean, I wanted to deny it from you too, but I could also use it as a free 1 block, right? And a way to get rid of my lightning orb. It was an easy 16.
That is the Time Eater down.
Okay.
I don't feel confident. If this is your highest score ever, I do not feel confident here.
Really?
Really? So why don't you start the betting?
Okay, above 1,000.
Yes.
Above 1,100.
Yes.
Below 1,400.
Yes.
Above 1,200.
Yep.
Below 1,350.
No.
Okay, then you got me.
Okay. What'd you have?
1,345.
That's not that far. 1,385.
Okay.
There was 40 between us.
So you had an extra 40 somewhere.
Did you take on every elite, every floor?
See, I tried to.
That would be 352.
No, I had 252.
Okay. So that's 10.
I prioritize a little extra question mark action on the first floor, but your flawless bosses, gotcha.
Yeah, I was running away from the stuff, but yeah, that is interesting because specifically, if I failed to flawless any of those, I would have lost to you handily.
Yep.
So despite that, it was still very, very close. Your idea of consistently going for Highlander, because Highlander is 100 points, and obviously with the difficulty of adding more cards to your deck, is a very, very appealing option. I didn't go for it because I felt it was so important that I had Glacier that I got a second copy of it. I just had to have it. Because without that, I actually don't think I would have perfected the bosses. So, like, it turns back in on itself. I could have picked up 100 from Highlander, but I would have lost 100 from Beyond Perfect.
The thing is, when I first started the run, I didn't intend on going for Highlander because I expected to get claws on the run. And then I only ever saw 1. And it was like, all right, this deck doesn't need more of them. So if another shows up, I'm just not even going to take it anyway. And none showed up anyway. Like, I never had a card that I went, oh, yeah, I need 2 of that. Like, I had the opportunity to Dahlia's Mirror at one point. And, like, sure, I could have Dahlia's Mirrored, like, FTL or something like that. But it just... my deck was solid the entire time. It's just it was a case of bad draw on every boss, which is, that's the name of a card game.
Yeah, it does happen. The gambling chip is very nice for the ability to kind of cycle that early draw as well. I may end up actually having to watch your perspective because I do want to know how your deck actually played. Because I know mine's pretty straightforward. I just defended until I blew the enemy up with Barrage. But yours, I want to know how it played and how it had all the pieces come together.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of just gambling chip away any curses at the beginning, and normally any block unless I needed it. And then, you know, it was a combination of FTL, limb from limb, slice, master stab, claw, beam cell, cloak and dagger, and then doing a finisher for a ton of damage.
Ooh. Beam cell with a limb from limb. Ooh.
Yeah. It was very good.
Spicy.
But then keep in mind that my limb from limb was also, you know, I had enough damage on it to get the refund anyway.
Yeah, that is always ridiculous. I do want to run something that like has the capability of doing that and is an infinite. Just limb from limb, limb from limb, limb from limb, limb from limb. That is what like a Dolly's Mirror could have done if the deck was thinner. True,
yeah. But then even still, I mean, I suppose I could have done it with the amount of energy that I had, but
yeah, it does only refund 2 energy but costs 3, so it's not an infinite. Yeah. It's just like a good cycle.
Yeah. But anyway, that's been Slay the Spire Draft Champions. If you guys enjoyed, as always, the like on the videos is much appreciated by both of us. The links to each other's channels and more in the description if you want to see that. Come on by on Twitch over at twitch.tv/Rhapsody Plays on Wednesdays, and also on mine if you would like at Olexa stream for Wholesome Verse streaming, where we do random multiplayer good stuff, and we'll hope to see you there in the nearby future.
I'm also just going to quickly slide in a subtle plug to say that on the Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays over on twitch.tv/Rhapsody Plays, you can see the tale of Regina Hammerschmidt, the Wasteland Adventurer. I'm also going to ask, what's wrong with Regina Hammerschmidt and her Wasteland adventures?
No, I got nothing, Raps. All I got.
It seemed to confuse both you and Jonas, and I was like, oh no, is there like a historical figure who like conquested the Mojave called Regina Hammerschmidt, and I'm accidentally invoking that?
Yep. You've angered our people.
Dang it. Well, we're going to be continuing that anger over at, again, twitch.tv/Rhapsody Plays. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for more of the Fallout New Vegas run. It is only recently started, so you can jump on in relatively early. That's the only plug that I've got to do at the end there. Thank you for letting me enjoy it.
All right. We'll see you guys next week for more Slay the Spire Draft Champions. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Adios.